going to be a €250 voucher for restaurant from Patrick Ebo, sponsored by Elkstone, a spot-wise dinner and cocktails for two in Saba on Bagot Street from Paul Cadden. That's the Saba table down there, I'd say. And also a bottle of gin from Connacht Whiskey. You will have to share the gin with everybody in the room. So we're going to be collecting them throughout the dessert. Okay folks, I'm going to introduce today's keynote speaker, so I'm getting a small bit of attention please. So today's keynote speaker is Simon Harris, the TD in Wicklow, East and Carlow, and Minister for Health. He's a native of County Wicklow and has been involved in the community all his life. Simon was re-elected as a TD for Wicklow and East Carlow in the February 2016 general election. He was first elected to Dáil Éireann in 2011 and was the youngest member of the 31st Dáil. Simon first became involved in politics through his work as a disability advocate and is committed to providing a strong voice to issues relating to special needs and mental health. Before entering politics, Simon established the Wicklow AAA Alliance, a charity to support children and families affected by autism. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please get your attention and put your hands together for Minister Simon Harris.
Thank you very much. My name is Simon Harris and I'm not from Mayo, but I'm still delighted to be here with you today at your lunch. Thank you so much for having me here, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Oireachtas and local government colleagues. It's a great honour to be here at what I know is a very important date in the social calendar of the Mayo Association, this your annual lunch. Today is a celebration of Mayo. It's a celebration of people from Mayo, a county that is the heartbeat of the wild Atlantic Way, the location for the Philip the Quiet Man, home to 131,000 people today, but also a place that so many more people love to visit and call a home away from home. I was very interested in reading the notes today from the organiser that they described this association as an outlet for the Mayo diaspora, which is a term usually reserved for people who go a little further afield than Dublin. But I think it is perhaps symbolic of that proud bond your county and county people have of their home county and their instinct to want to come together and share that bond wherever they find themselves. So thank you for letting some of us non-Mayo people dine with you today. My own experience is that a lot of you find yourselves in Dublin. In fact, not only does County Mayo have Mayo TDs in the Dáil, it also now has managed to infiltrate half of the other constituencies and have TDs who were born in Mayo representing County X or County Y, an achievement I don't think has been replicated by any other county to such an extent. This association has been so busy since its foundation in 1905, including the many good works that it does. And I do believe the more common term for this particularly county cartel is actually the Mayo Mafia, which I did check and was told was a term of endearment. I want to particularly acknowledge and welcome the presence of the Chief of Staff for the Defence Forces of Ireland, Admiral Mark Mellett. So we'll all be well defended if anything ever goes right, but at least the people of Mayo have someone heading up our armed forces as well. I want to welcome Oireachtas colleagues, my ministerial colleague Damien English, another man not from Mayo, managed to sneak his way in here too. Deputies Dara Kaliri, who's promised me he might get around to trying to negotiate confidence and supply after his dinner. But sure, what's the rush, according to Dara? Deputy Jack Chambers, again another Mayo man who's found the Dublin constituency. Senator Catherine Noon, a Mayo woman who's found the Dublin constituency. Senator John O'Mahony, Senator Keith Swadek, and indeed there may well be other colleagues, because I understand people popping in and out of this, as well as many colleagues from local government, from Mayo County Council and from other councils, including the Caherlock of Fingal as well. Joe Gilmore, the CEO of Ireland West Airport, Dr. Deirdre Galvey, the chairperson of the Western Development Commission, Dr. Nora Patton, former Ernst & Young Entrepreneurs of the Year, Harry Hughes and Tommy Griffith. I had the pleasure of meeting Tommy outside, and the former Mayo Persons of the Year who are here today. Welcome to each and every one of you. Mayo and Mayo people have made their mark on Ireland, and you've made your mark on the world. from Michael Davish to Mary Robinson, to Raftery the poet, to Paul Durkin, Grace O'Malley, to Admiral William Brown, the latter of whom would certainly take a keen interest in the rugby match taking place tomorrow. This is a county with a big impact on politics, on culture, on sport and on business. You've given us a Taoiseach, you've given us our first female president, you've given us some of our earliest literature, and you even gave us the founder of the Argentinian Navy. So thank you for your contribution to Ireland and your contribution to our world. I want to... Along with the social element, and I know today is such a huge part of the social calendar, I want to take the opportunity today to recognise and acknowledge the immense contribution made by this association, working with our enterprise agencies, to Mayo's economy and to Ireland's economy. The Mayo Association has played a vital role in welcoming both domestic and multinational companies into your local business community. Attracting foreign direct investment to the regions is one of the main pillars of our industrial policy, along obviously with also supporting homegrown indigenous companies to grow and to trade internationally, and investing in innovation and research. Mayo is already home proudly to a number of prominent multinational companies who've shown a remarkable level of commitment to your county. Companies such as Allergan, Baxter Healthcare, Fort Wayne Metals are continuing to perform well. The last 2 years we've seen Coca-Cola invest €26 million in its Ballina operations to expand its range of activities at this facility. The presence of these companies is a testimony to the positive, enterprise-focused environment for the international business community that has been fostered in County Mayo. And I'm pleased to say that employment in IDA-supported companies has increased in Mayo from year on year since 2012, with almost a 26% increase in foreign direct investment in County Mayo from 2012 to 2017. And I want to thank all of you who worked to make that possible. Despite these very positive results, I think it's clear to say we cannot rest on our laurels. We cannot afford any complacency when it comes to the Mayo economy and to the Irish economy. We need to continue to remain as competitive as we possibly can, and we need to improve our competitiveness, and we need to remain vigilant to the very significant challenges that we know are coming down the track in relation to our external environment, particularly Brexit. The IDA continues to highlight the benefits of Mayo to multinationals. As part of its regional property programme, they've constructed an advanced building in Castlebar, which has been actively marketed. They own lands in Ballina and more in Castlebar, which will enable them to draw the attention of investors who are thinking of locating or expanding in your county. The availability of land and property in advance of client demand is an absolute key driver in ensuring foreign direct investment and winning job-rich investment for regions such as Mayo. We're taking steps together to ensure that our economy is resilient to deal with the challenges we know that are coming down the tracks. That's why through Project Ireland 2040, we're investing in roads, in energy, in water, and in broadband infrastructure, in education, and in research facilities. And some of these projects, which will benefit Mayo directly, include additional investment for your very important Knock Airport, the Castlebar campus of Galway Mayo IT. County Mayo will also be targeted by the plan's Rural Regeneration and Development Fund, and I think you might know the Minister with responsibility for that area. Much has been achieved, though much remains to be done, and we will continue to work together and collaboratively to boost job creation and the attractiveness of Mayo. But of course, none of this would be possible without the innate entrepreneurial spirit demonstrated by your own companies like Port West and PEL, your EY Entrepreneurs of the Year, who are present with us here today and who I want to sincerely congratulate on your major achievements. Our strength, though, is about to be tested, and it's about to be tested in a way that perhaps it never before has, because as you know, in less than 5 months' time, Ireland will face our biggest trade challenge in decades when the United Kingdom leaves the European Union. Brexit is a policy of Britain. It is not a policy of this country. It is not a policy we support, but it is a policy we recognise as a reality. And I must say, it's almost tragic to see what is happening in the United Kingdom today as a result of Brexit. The confusion, the lack of clarity, the worry and the concern. Whatever the outcome of the Brexit negotiations, our trading relationship with the UK will be different. And therefore we have to prepare for that. We have to make sure we're ready to respond to that. That's why we've put in place a number of supports to help businesses of all shapes and all sizes to get Brexit ready. There are advisory clinics and awareness sessions being hosted right across this country by Enterprise Ireland, Intertrade Ireland and local enterprise offices. And I would encourage this association, as I know you will, to work with our agencies to make sure that there's an awareness across your membership of these supports, of the financial assistance that's available, of the Brexit loan scheme and of the advisory clinics. But Brexit isn't just about economic challenges. It's not just about trading challenges. Brexit's about the relationship with the people on this island, people north and south, people young and old. Brexit's about recognising that today in our country, very sick children with heart conditions come from Northern Ireland to Crumlin to receive their life-saving heart operation. That cancer patients from the northwest of this country travel to Derry, to Asnagelvin for life-saving radiotherapy. That some of the sickest children in the Republic of Ireland go to Great Ormond Street in the United Kingdom to receive care and attention. Healthcare workers move backwards and forwards across the border of north and south. So it's not just about trade, it's also about our relationships, north and south. And we have to do everything we can, and we will do everything we can, and the government will never apologise for ensuring that Ireland does not return to a hard border on the island of Ireland. No, nay, no. Why is the Minister for Health talking to you about the economy? Why does the Minister for Health care about job creation? Because quite frankly, if we're to make the progress that we need to make and want to make when it comes to public services, we need to have a resilient economy. We need to have an economy that's not built on revenue from selling houses to each other, but the one that is built on the ingenuity of the people in this room. One that is built on having a sustainable housing market, one that is built on using the creative ideas of Irish people from Mayo to generate jobs and generate materials and products and services that we can trade amongst ourselves and trade abroad as well. Because it's only through having a stable economy, it's only through having a growing economy that we can do what we need to do when it comes to an area like my own, the area of healthcare, where we can put in place the 2,600 extra hospital beds, where we can extend Mayo University Hospital, as we're planning to do, where we can reduce the prescription charges and make sure that our children and our older people can see the doctor for free, where we can build a new national maternity hospital, a new national children's hospital. All of this is dependent on the growing and thriving economy that we now have and that we must do everything we can collectively to protect as well. I was in Mayo recently where I was visiting one of our 124 primary care centres open across the country. In Castlebar, you have an incredible centre there, but you don't just have a shiny new building. The people have said, let's put more diagnostic materials in it. You now have an X-ray machine and an ultrasound machine. This is a story I tell all around the country, where primary care centres are now being used to provide services that you used to have to go to the hospital for. Once again, we have Mayo leading the way. And speaking of those who have led, I have to say a word about Enda Kenny, even though he wasn't able to be here today. I'd like to take a little bit of credit for Enda Kenny to come and Taoiseach, because I was the lowly young backbench TD who had the honour of nominating Deputy Enda Kenny. I like to think I spoke to him from relative obscurity and made him Taoiseach. But Enda Kenny is someone we're extraordinarily proud of. He's somebody who motivated me to get involved in politics due to his dedication to public service. I was a young teenager in Wicklow, going around meeting politicians and anyone that would listen, telling them that I was annoyed about the lack of services available for people with autism, including my brother. And Enda Kenny was then the leader of Fine Gael before he was Taoiseach, and he said to me, Simon, you can continue to grumble and give out, or you can get involved and make a difference. And that was the path that I chose to take. So I want to thank Enda Kenny for that. Every time I see him, he still gives me his famous high fives and his fist bumps. and I nearly have the bruises to show for it. But Kenny, of course, has a relationship and a bond with the people of Mayo that is much more than just that of being a Taoiseach or being a TD for Mayo, because as you know, Kenny chronologically is 67 years young. And 67 is a very, very, very important number in County Mayo, because 67 is the exact same number of years since Mayo won that All-Ireland. But he has assured me that we are going to see the Sam Maguire come home in the 68th year. And I believe you now have the Pope on board with the jersey famously signed at Dock Airport. What can possibly go wrong? So the curse is broken by a papal signatory. Kenny will turn 68, Mayo will win the All-Ireland, we'll prepare for Brexit, Darrell will renew confidence and supply, and we'll get on with the work.
Thank you very much, Minister. You shot down to your table there very quick. We have a small presentation for you up here on the stage with the chairperson, Julie.